Well, welcome to Mullumbimby Presbyterian Church online. Really glad that you're here with us. We can't gather at the building that we normally have church because there's a pandemic, as you know. So here we are online. That's kind of the next best thing. If you're new to church, really glad that you're here. And well, I'm actually in my lounge room right now, like maybe you are too as you're watching this. Lots of us are working from home. Please get in touch if you're new to church, and we'd love to be able to connect with you. You can send me an email at this address, jon.mullumpc@gmail.com. Lots of things have changed, but God hasn't changed. All the basics of how we love and serve Him. So how do we roll as a church, an online church? Well, it's all about relationships, isn't it? Relationships with God, each other. It's about being equipped to love and serve in all our relationships. So we need to keep meeting together however best we can. This is how Hebrews chapter 10 verse 24 puts it. Let us not give up meeting together as some are in the habit of doing, but let us encourage one another, and all the more as you see the day approaching. And for a church service, we'll do the usual thing for the usual reason, because God told us what matters in His Word, the Bible. So we look into His Word, we read it, we hear it taught, we speak with God, and He invites us to come to Him in prayer often and about everything that matters at all. We also sing to God and to each other. A bit hard to sing to each other from home, isn't it? But we sing God's praises, we sing His character, we sing about His great actions in His world to build His eternal kingdom. Might feel pretty weird singing like this, and you're not alone. We're singing with you too. I mean, I get that it feels pretty weird. I'm preaching to an iPad these weeks now. We also need to keep in touch with what's happening in our church family. And it'd be great if you could let me know if you've got a specific prayer point or some news that we need to know about. Staying in touch is important for us in this stage of our lives, isn't it? Keep an eye on your email as well so we can keep in touch with what's happening with us as a church. You should get a notice sheet with prayer points and valuable information each week. There'll be invitations to join in Bible study and prayer group. Those happen both on Zoom video conferencing. I emailed out I think it was yesterday, a step-by-step guide to using Zoom to make that easier to get started. I'm assuming that if you're watching this that you already got through the YouTube steps. We need to keep in touch with each other by phone. You probably have a couple of people in the church family that you keep in touch with already. We all need to do that, don't we? And we need to make sure no one's slipping through the cracks. So I'll be working with you on that to make sure we all keep in touch. We also need ongoing pastoral care. That takes a bit of a different shape in a pandemic, but the phone's our friend there. And I'm still planning to visit you at your place, observing best practice for distancing, which probably means something like me bringing a fold-up chair and sitting on your front porch and you sitting a couple of metres inside your front door, and we'll talk and pray. Finally, we're on Facebook, Mullumbimby Presbyterian Church, and check in there for updates and links to our YouTube videos. Really fascinated to see what God does with online church.